All right, guys, it is a Victory Monday, but as we've kind of gotten used to, some Victory Mondays don't always have the best outcome. And as we know, we've been waiting to hear what's going on with Mykel Williams, and it has been confirmed that Mykel Williams has a torn ACL, and he will be done for the season. So just pretty unfortunate situation for the San Francisco 49ers, who have now lost 3 key players to their defense for the season. Obviously, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, and now you add Mykel Williams amongst others. So just a total blow, unfortunately, based on how it was being discussed yesterday. I'm not terribly surprised, but I am disappointed. And I'm not disappointed in Mykel, not disappointed in the 49ers, just disappointed in the overall situation. It's just a tough scenario. We were talking about the MetLife turf, heading into this week, because one of the, worst games that we played was against the Giants. I believe it was either the Giants or the Jets back in 2020, where the 49ers lost Solomon Thomas and Nick Bosa to ACL tears on the same drive on that turf. So it's just a unfortunate situation and scenario for the San Francisco 49ers, and just a brutal way for it to play out. And obviously, for a rookie, for a young player, for a guy who's just, still trying to get his footing in the NFL, and just a tough one. And, the 49ers have dealt with so many injuries that it's just been brutal. It's been brutal for the San Francisco 49ers, man. And it's going to be brutal for Mykel, but, just kind of like how Shanahan said, and, what he told Mykel, because, I think there was a pretty strong indication that they knew he was going to be lost for the season, was that, don't stress too much about it. You're going to be able to get through this. You're going to be able to get back, and you're going to be able to be right. And, it's just an ACL. With ACLs in today's kind of NFL world, we know that they can come back quick. We know that the healing process is done pretty well, and they are able to kind of move forward and do all that kind of stuff. But, and he should be able to be right and be back for next season. But just a tough loss when your number 11 overall pick, defensive lineman, who was expected to be counted on heavily and was being counted on heavily, is gone for the year. So just a real blow to the San Francisco 49ers. And now the question becomes, is obviously the 49ers really can't hang their head and sulk. They have to start looking for options, and this makes them even more of a buyer than already before. At the deadline, they might still have to buy a couple more defensive ends and defensive linemen. They need bodies at this point. Not only do they need an impact guy, but they need someone who can come in and just be depth. I mean, obviously you got Keon White, who did okay, did decently well for his debut. Nothing crazy. But just brutal. And I also think, for 49er fans who've just been through this so often, it's like it's getting to the point where it's like just there's a bit of numbness. It's just like almost at this rate you're expecting a season-ending injury to occur at this point. So just a brutal blow for the San Francisco 49ers. Brutal blow for Mykel Williams, and just an unfortunate situation. That's all I could keep saying. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this. What did the 49ers do to overcome this? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.